What's up, everyone? It's Nelstar15, and today I've got a Sage guide video for you for anyone who wasn't in early access, wanting to get an idea of how Sage is going to work in Endwalker. Now, this isn't meant to show you how it's going to perform it in-game. This is simply giving you the basics now that you're getting into the game. Sage is a little bit different of a healing class, and it's the first time that I've healed, but I was able to pick it up quickly with the help of some friends and things that we went over. The first ability, though, that you need to know is Cardia. This is going to grant the effect of Cardia on your favorite target, i.e. a tank, allowing you to heal them when you do damage. This is important because this is a major aspect of your heals. Now you'll see we have Doses. This is your basic attack. This is just a single target cast, and it restores health to the person you've granted Cardia on. Now moving on, you'll see we have Phlegma. Phlegma is an AoE ability that also heals whoever has Cardia. This does a little bit more damage. It's an instant cast, and you have 2 charges of it. Now keep that in mind that it has a long recast time. Next up, you'll see we have Toxicon. Now, the thing with Toxicon is that it's going to take a little bit of time before you can actually use this, as the shields that you're going to cast on people have to break for you to be able to use it. Now, with Eucrazia 2, this is going to be your AoE. It's an instant cast. It takes 400 MP, and it, again, is going to heal anyone you've put Cardian on. Now, moving on to your heals, you'll notice Diagnosis. This is your base single target heal. It's a cast time of 2.4 seconds and 400 MP, but you're not going to use it that often. Same with Prognosis, which is an AoE heal, healing everyone around you with a potency of 300. Now, what we want to get into next is talking about Eucrazia. This is going to be the backbone of your rotation. Eucrazia alters the past 3 of the past abilities that we've talked about. The first being Doses. So that's your attack, remember? By using Eucrazia, that alters Doses into a dot. So you're going to place a damage over time, which still heals whoever you've used Cardia on. So whoever's affected by Cardian gets it. Now, when it comes to Eucrazian Diagnosis, this is going to be a little bit different. This is where, whenever you put this on a target, it grants them a heal as well as a shield equaling 125% of the HP stored. Same goes for Prognosis, except this time, it's going to put a magic barrier up, which nullifies damage equaling 230% of the amount restored. That's an AoE. Remember that. Now, this is important, and we'll get into that in a second. Now, moving on, you're going to be wondering, what about all the MP that I'm spending? Well, that's easy. Now, you'll notice on the screen next to the target bar, there's another job bar with 3 diamonds on it. That's your Adder's Gall and your Adder's Sting bar. Adder's Gall are for using these heals that we're going to go over right now. So the first one we're going to show, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't know how to pronounce these, is Druical. Now, what this does is just a single instant cast, single target heal, and it also restores 7% of your maximum MP. So this is going to get you out of some tough situations when your tank's taking a little bit more damage than expected. Torrical is also a single target heal. It's an instant cast, but it also heals yourself if you're targeting yourself, and whenever you do so, it reduces target damage taken by 10%. This can't be stacked with Caracol, and we're going to get into that in a second. Again, restore 7% of maximum MP. Now, Ixicol is similar, except this time it's an AoE, restoring 7% of your MP, but also healing everyone around you. And then we move on to the last one that's from the Adasgar bar. This is Caracol. Now, what this does is it reduces all the damage taken by you and everyone around you by 10%. Now, this can't be stacked with Terracol, so those damage reductions are singular. You cannot stack. Now, what about the other heals you got? Well, we have Physis 2, which is it's a heal over time that restores the health and the health of those around you. It also increases healing received by 10%. So that's going to be a good ability to keep in your back pocket when you need it. And then we have Pepsis. So this restores your HP and the HP of everyone near you that has been affected by either Eucrazian Diagnosis or Eucrazian Prognosis, granting a heal proficiency of 450 and 350, respectively. Now, if we move on down the line, you're going to notice that we have some barriers. Haima's the first one. It's just a barrier onto your target, heals for 300 potency, equivalent of 300 potency. You're going to get 5 stacks of it. When all those are absorbed, a stack of Hymenopteron is consumed, and the new barrier is applied, and when that duration expires, the healing effect is then thrown up there. Then you have Panhaima. Same thing, but this time it's an AoE. Basically, when the barrier is completely absorbed, a stack of the word that I can't pronounce, it's consumed and the new barrier is applied. Now, if they're not taking a ton of damage, whenever this effect ends, what's going to happen is that it's going to heal for 100 potency per remaining stack. Now, moving on down the line, let's talk about our ability buffs. We have Zoe, which increases healing magic potency of your next healing spell by 50%. That's going to last for 30 seconds. So, you can pop it and do your thing. Then you have Soteria. The thing with Soteria is that it's going to increase the potency of your Guardian, so whoever you cast Guardian on, by 50%. That effect's going to last for 15 seconds. Now, all these combined, there's a lot going on, so let's just talk about it real quick. Now, this is a little bit different because your rotation does need to include DPS in it. So we'll just get into this. The first thing you want to do is cast Cardia on your tank or your off-tank, depending on the type of group that you're in. Then you want to ensure that Eucrazian Dosis is up at all times. This is a dot, it's helping with your DPS, but it's also healing whoever has Guardian on them. And then you'll utilize Eucrazian Diagnosis and Prognosis to heal and shield the tank and the group around you. Now, this is important because it being an instant cast, a double instant cast, because Eucrazia is an instant cast, and then Diagnosis or Prognosis are both instant casts, you're able to get these off fairly quick. So in a pinch, you're able to throw up shields and heals on people around you. But then you also want to make sure that you're using Toxicon. Remember that adder's skill that I was talking about? Toxicon uses that magic cost to cast. Now, you never want to have 3 stacks of Adder Sting, and the reason being is because at any time you could get another one, allowing you to use more Toxicon, thusly healing your tank or off-tank or whoever has Guardian on them. Now, you'll use these all in tandem to keep the people around you alive, using all of those Adder's Gall abilities as well to keep your MP at a manageable level while also spot healing and pressing what I like to call the panic button. Listen, things are going to get spicy. These shields are your friends as well as all the buffs that you can throw on people. Now, Sage is a very unique class, and with these breakdowns, I hope you have a little bit better of an understanding of how all the abilities work and when you need to use them. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be here reading comments if you have specific questions when it comes to Sage. Whenever we get closer to level 90 and in-game, I'm going to be sure to put out an updated video so we can talk about what Sage plays like at end game. Again, my name is Nelstar15, and thanks for stopping by the video.